Hey guys, it's Cobalt here, and welcome back to another video. If I sound like I'm speaking really weirdly, oh my god, it definitely does. That is because I had oral surgery like 2 days ago, and there's a bunch of stitches in my mouth, a retainer, and half my face is still swollen, but I really wanted to make this video. If you check your local Target, you might actually be able to find some new LPS. They're now live on the Target website finally. They have 4, they have the blind boxes, 2 of the tubes, and 1 of the playsets. So I went to Target earlier this morning, but I did not find anything, and I asked a woman who was working there, and she said that they're currently on a transitional pallet and they won't actually be on the floor until tomorrow because they don't stock anything on Sunday. But as you can see, I do have the 2 tubes behind me, and that is because I went home and then placed a pickup order because I was able to do that, and then I went back to the store and they were actually able to give me the pets. Now I want to open them, and I'm very excited to show you guys, so without further ado, let's get right on into it. So here are both the tubes. I absolutely love the packaging, and again, I am so obsessed with how vibrant all the colors of these LPS are, and I'm so excited to finally see the axolotl. The back of both packages is exactly the same, but as you can see, they both come with different trading cards. I'm so sad that this one isn't available yet though, because I want the shark so bad. Alright, I'm going to open up this set first. It is called the City Vibe set, and the other one is called the Wild Vibe set. So there's a little piece of tape right here that you can cut, and then it just allows this to flip off, and then you can pull out all of the pets. On the back right here is this little paper bag with the trading card and checklist inside. Here is the Series 1 Collector's Guide or checklist, which has all the pets and all of their rarity levels, and then we have the trading card that has a picture of the dog. I personally wish it was the cat because that's definitely my favorite LPS from this set, but it's alright, this one is still cute, and this is LPS number 38. And finally we have the token for the Roblox game. Just like my last video, I'm not going to use the token, so if you want to use it, here it is. This will be first come first served because I believe these can only be redeemed one time. As for the pets in the packaging, they are tied in with these little paper ties instead of rubber bands, which I really appreciate because it's one more way to limit microplastics, and they won't dissolve or break like rubber bands do. So if you're a new in-box collector, this is definitely a great addition to the new packaging. Alright, so here are all 3 pets that come in this set, and oh my god, I love this set so much. The first one I'm going to take a look at is this bird. I believe this LPS mold is a quail, at least that's what everybody calls it, but on the Target website, this one is described as Fancy Bird, which I think is a much more fitting name. I just think that's so funny. But here it is. I've owned one of these LPS before from the Mom and Baby set at the end of the Generation 2 line, but the colors of this one are definitely way cuter. As for the eyes, they're definitely grainy, but I think that they're pretty serviceable, nothing too bad. This eye is definitely better than the other one. There is a tiny little paint mark here where the red from the bow got onto the green from the hair, but again, not super noticeable either. This one's head is not very squishy. This one really just feels like a normal LPS to me. It looks like there is also maybe a bit of graininess to the paint job on the wings, which I haven't really seen on any of the pets aside from the ones with gradients, but the rest of the paint on her looks pretty good, and again, I love the colors of this LPS. Then we have the dog. It's the one on the trading card. Personally, I really do not like this base figure, and this LPS is also very similar to an LPS that we've had before. It looks a lot like this dog, and I really hate that LPS to be completely honest, but this new one, I just love her so much. It's obviously the exact same base, and I still think that it's kind of an ugly dog base, but there's just something about the colors. I love how vibrant it is. I just love the base color. I've never seen this color on an LPS before. It's basically the same brown color, but it has more of a reddish orange tint to it, which I think is really unique, and I also just love the placement of the diamond patterns on her face. I just think she is so cute, and I'm also really happy that this one actually has painted paw pads because a lot of the pets from the blind boxes do not have smaller details like that, so I'm glad that they went the extra step to give her those details. As for the eyes, these ones are pretty good. Still a little bit grainy, but definitely on the better side, just like the quail. I think that overall the quality control of the tubes and the 2 packs will probably be better than the blind boxes just because you can see the pets in the packaging already. And finally, I had to save best for last for this tube. This is another LPS that is technically a remake of one that we already have. It is that cat. She is almost exactly identical, except this one has the diamonds on her face, but I've never owned a Lucky Cat mold before. It is really hard to say L's with the freaking retainer in my mouth right now. Oh my god. But anyways, this cat is extremely cute, and I love her so much, and again, so happy to have this mold, and I'm really excited to have the chance to customize one. This is probably the biggest mess up that I've seen so far on these pets. Unfortunately, part of the LPS logo is rubbed off, but again, that's on the back, so if I acquire another one of these, I'll probably just end up customizing this one. Her eyes are really good. I think these are definitely the best eyes in the set so far. Looking at them more closely, the grain is really unnoticeable. And and here are all of her details. Very cute, and again, she has the painted paw pads. I don't have any old LPS to compare these ones to, but as for the molds themselves, this one says 2010, this one says 2009, and this one says 2010. The final thing that the tube sets come with is an accessory, so we got this cute pink little bowl, and if you're familiar with LPS, you might recognize this accessory. It is a reused mold, but I don't think we've ever seen one quite this vibrant of a pink before. For a little comparison, I brought out some other bowls. This is an authentic one, and this is a fake one. As for the feel, this one is definitely a cheaper feeling plastic. You can kind of scratch it and just tell that it's cheaper. This plastic's a lot smoother, and actually the fake plastic is like the smoothest. It feels a little bit cheaper than the authentic and the fake accessory, but it is still serviceable in my opinion. And now it is time to open up this second tube, and I'm very excited to see the axolotl and find out if he's actually ugly or not. Once again, here is the Roblox code for the second set, and here is the trading card. It is a picture of the rhino, and here are the 3 pets in this tube. I'm going to start off with our iguana friend. I am so glad that they're making more LPS with this iguana base because I absolutely love this base and it is great for customs. If you follow Hello Studios at all, which you probably do, you know that she makes a lot of axolotl customs from the iguana base, so it is kind of funny that the iguana LPS comes with the axolotl. But anyways, I love this one's dark purple eyes. I love this teal color, or this mint color that's being used for some of the patterns on this guy. Again, more colors that I don't really think that we've ever seen in LPS before. And this one feels pretty much exactly the same. This one's head really isn't squishy at all. So again, I'd say this one really feels like an old LPS. As for comparison, I do actually have one to compare it to, and right off the bat, you can definitely tell that this new one's head is bigger. Again, I think that's because the plastic is slightly different, so it probably fills the mold a little bit differently, but they are made from the exact same mold because this one also says 2010 on the bottom. But yeah, here is the little comparison. They still have all of the little scale details that are indented on the bases, and this one feels a lot like this one. I'd say the new LPS honestly feel the most similar to this iguana here. This is one that was made at the end of the G2 line, and at least as far as mine goes, his plastic is a lot smoother and kind of softer than the other LPS that I have, and the plastic of the new ones definitely feels the most similar to this guy. But anyways, I love this one a lot. Now moving on to the rhino, and I didn't even know this, but this one has these little cute tiny freckles on its face, which is adorable. I wish they were a little bit different color because they kind of blend in to the plastic. I think it would be cute if maybe they were the same dark pink color as its toes or its tail. But other than that, this one also looks really good. I love how bright the colors are once again, and the stars in the ears are really adorable. I gotta stop saying cute because it is very hard to say for me right now. As for the year on this one, it also says 2010, and I also have a rhino that we can compare this one to. So here's the other rhino that I have. These ones' head sizes look a little bit more close, but again, I do think this one is slightly bigger. Here is the comparison to them. Their tails are even pointing the same way. Everything about them is pretty much exactly the same. It is interesting that their LPS logos are on different sides of their heads, but this one's a special edition pet, so maybe that has something to do with it. And this one's head is probably the squishiest so far, but again, none of these LPS that we've opened so far, their heads are not very squishy at all compared to some of the blind box pets that I've seen. And finally, we have the axolotl. This is a brand new base. They've never made an axolotl before, so Basic Fun came up with this little guy. I think it's very interesting. And I also had no idea that this one had a gradient on the tip of its tail. I think that's a really cute detail. And as far as gradients have been on the new LPS, this is definitely one of the better ones. I also love the star details of this one. A lot of the other LPS really only have one symbol, like the rhino just has the stars in the ears, that dog just has the diamonds, but this one has a lot of stars, and I love how they're all different colors. So we got some orange, red, and yellow, and then it also has some really tiny little light yellow stars here by the eyes on both sides, which I also didn't realize. I didn't think it had any markings on the face, so that's very cute. The more I've seen this guy, the more it has definitely grown on me, but his head is for sure a very strange shape, and this one's head really is not squishy at all. It's pretty hard. His eyes look pretty good, not terrible, not super grainy. The paint job is nice. Here's what the bottom looks like. As you can see, this one actually does say 2023, so that proves that it is a brand new mold. And it is interesting how these still say Hasbro, but that is because Basic Fun is just, I guess, borrowing the licensing. So even though Basic Fun is distributing them, they're still Hasbro products. But yeah, one more thing I wanted to do is compare this guy to a Generation 2 Iguana because their bodies look very similar to me. So here is an Iguana that I have. I guess their bodies are not actually as similar as I thought. The Iguana has much larger claws than the axolotl, and his aren't really claws. They're more rounded, and this body's a lot shorter. I definitely think that it is still an interesting choice to design the axolotl this way, but he is pretty cute and chibi. And let me remind you that the very first Generation 1 and Generation 2 LPS looked like this. So I think in the future we'll be getting some more better looking molds, but for now, for our brand new design, I think this guy's pretty good, and I'm just really happy that Basic Fun made some new stuff, and everybody loves axolotls right now, so this guy is definitely going to be a great addition to your LPS collection. And I almost forgot, this pack also comes with this bamboo accessory, which Basic Fun has been using a lot. I think this same accessory comes with like 3 pets in the blind box set, but whatever, it's still nice. So once again, here are all the pets that we got in this set. I think my favorite is probably the cat, but I also just love all of them. My least favorite is probably the fancy bird, just because I don't really like bird LPS as much. But yeah, so happy to finally have all these guys in my collection. I really hope that the tube with the shark will be at Target soon and some other sets, but for now, I'm just really excited to have these guys. I definitely love them a lot more than the blind box pets. But anyways, let me know which one is your favorite. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!